Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you want me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards. Use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we have a Prince of Wands. That's very committed energy. That's very fixed in this consciousness, in this attention, in this purpose. I think that is you. I think that you have this intensity about you. And it's kind of like no matter what happens, you're not moving from this attention, from this ambition, from this commitment, from this will. Right. Let's put it into some context. Let's see what else might be going on here. We got a 10 of Swords, an Ace. Oh, an Ace of Cups, too. The 10 of Swords is interesting because I kind of wonder if that's like, if everything is crumbling around you and you're still focused on your will, on your, your path. Got that Ace now. Look at that. Two aces. Ace of fire and water. 4 of Pentacles. We have the Star card. We have the 6. Oh, this is nice. And a 7 of Wands. All right. And we've got a Prince of Cups now. And an 8 of Cups. Very interesting here. Especially with the two princes here. I wonder if there is a younger male energy in your life, someone that is, living or past, that might be, they might be an Aquarius, maybe, but I feel like it's somebody that is maybe not too much younger. I feel like kind of a contemporary, but I feel like there is this kind of you almost don't mix. It's almost oil and water kind of thing with this person. It could be someone that is past, but I feel like there's still an influence in your life, and I kind of feel like you're all this fiery ambition, and then it's almost as if they kind of the obstacle really is to kind of bring them up, raise them up to. I almost wonder if this person, and I don't read other people. Okay, if this is a living person, I'm not going to see so much into their energy, and because you could just go talk to them, right? But I feel as if this person is kind of a draw. I feel like they're kind of water and you're kind of fire. That you're kind of going in different directions, and there's this feeling almost as if their moods sometimes bring you down. And what we're trying to do now with your fiery ambition is you're trying to bring them up. Okay? Something like that for some of you. But let's select the mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation cards. One random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're just going to set down over here. We'll put Alien, Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right, let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise and intuition. All right, let's take a look around the room here. The only major arcana card we have, obviously, is this Star card. Okay, and the Star card, I think, really is, this is kind of like what is motivating you. I feel like the Star is kind of is leading you somewhere. Yeah. I think this is kind of like this is the universe saying, follow me. Follow this path. Yeah. And I feel like you are doing that with commitment, even if it means that oil and water have to separate, even if it means that the fire and the water energy have to kind of go apart. All right. I'm not predicting any kind of a breakup or a loss or anything like that. I don't do prediction tarot really very much. Sometimes I do. But to me, this kind of feels like you are following this path no matter what. And I said that at the beginning. If the world could be crumbling around you, you're sticking to this path. There is this certainty, right? And I think now with the Prince of Wands, you're somebody that when you feel this, there's no stopping you. You have that intensity kind of built into you. You're somebody that if you feel it, you commit to it, nothing is going to change that. Okay? Nothing is going to change that. I feel in this situation you're kind of being pulled apart because there's this you're refusing to move off this course, that there are now these two kind of forces that are pulling you, right? And for a lot of you, there's not going to be this kind of contemporary male energy. For some of you, these are both you, right? These are both you. And sometimes we're fire, sometimes we're water, right? And we see fire, fire, fire. We've got water, water, water. Yeah. We've got air and air. And we've got our earth, and we've got our major arcana. So if we're looking at it, I think I counted that, right? Fire, fire, and fire. And then water, water, and water. So it seems it's an equal number, right? So there's a Prince of Fire, Prince of Wands, and the helpers. There's the Prince of Cups, and there's the two helpers. So it feels to me there is this kind of there is a balance there, and maybe that balance is the key. Okay. Because maybe this isn't that you're being pulled in two directions. Maybe this is a way for you to really kind of have your cake and eat it too, right? Maybe this is you taking what this intense, like almost a career ambition, and then this watery stuff, this maybe personal kind of ambition, you know? Maybe you're able to really unfold both. And maybe the problem, and this is my problem too when I started this, was thinking that there's going to be this choice, that there's going to be this pulling apart. Well, maybe there was. And maybe we felt like this is something that is, oh gosh, everything's going to be ruined. It's kind of like if you don't pick fire or water, you're going to get neither of them. Right? And that's what we are worried about. That's this Ten of Swords, thinking things are crumbling around me and I have to pick a path. I have to kind of get out of the way, or I'm going to lose everything. Right? We feel so intensely, and we almost have identical cards in fire and water, right? The only difference really is between the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Cups. And that's the only difference. Otherwise, we've got the princes, we've got the aces. Yeah, very, very interesting. But I think what we're really talking about here is a way that we can have both. And I really do feel that this is kind of two things that you equally want. It could be professional, it could be personal. It could be this idea of you want kind of creative freedom, but you want maybe romance, maybe family, whatever it might be. There is fire and water in you, Scorpio. And I think you're finding a way to blend them together in harmony. Not creating steam and turmoil and tumultuousness, but a Six of Wands. A balance, a harmony. You're finding a way to live in harmony with your fire and your water. Maybe, and really it could be kind of you and another person. We could still have that kind of contemporary male energy. And you're like oil and water, and you're like fire and water, but you're finding a way to be in harmony. It could be you and a boss. It could be you and the company itself, right? It's two things that really shouldn't be able to mix. You're finding a way to do it, right? And that's the 6 here. The 4 of Pentacles that we see in the past position, I think that this is, the 4s represent stability, but it's kind of an illusion. It's a stability that is temporary. The 4s usually mean that something needs to change, right? This is someone that's kind of feels like they have to go down with the ship, you know? It's like you're in this structure and the whole world is crumbling around you. It's going to come down right on top of you, right? So this is the feeling that something has to change, but we're almost not wanting to. This is like you could get in the rescue boat with the rest of the sailors, but you're choosing to go down with the ship. We've seen that in movies all the time, right? It doesn't have to be that way, right? It feels like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. It feels like there's no solution, but there is. It feels like there's no way out. It feels like you're in a really tight spot, right? Just like that movie, like, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? In a tight spot. There's a way out. It may not really seem that way at the beginning. You may not quite understand how this is going to work out so well, but you don't have to. You just have to follow this star. Okay? So we think that, it's inevitable that things are just going to completely get destroyed. No, follow that synchronicity. It's like one of those movies, I can't think of which one, but someone's in a very tight spot, very bad situation, and there's just a little mouse that kind of looks up at them and says, hey, come this way. I'd follow it too. If a mouse was waving at me like that, I'd see what it wanted. You don't see that every day, right? So the star card is those kinds of synchronicities, those things that are out of place, those things that shouldn't be there, make you do a double take. Well, it's like Morpheus on the phone. Neo, you got to go. Take 2 steps out the door, turn right, duck, walk 3 steps, jump, and whatever it was. All right. I'll do it because this is really weird. And, we don't ignore those sorts of things. These are those signs and symbols and synchronicities that we can't ignore. Okay? Because it is Spirit pulling you, showing you the way. It is when the path just somehow, there's a little light that shines on it. That's where you need to walk. And sometimes, like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, he throws a little bit of sand out, just makes a gesture. And the path is revealed. It's at the end of the movie where he has to cross that big kind of ravine thing, and he throws the sand, and it reveals that there are actually steps there, which you wouldn't have seen otherwise, right? So it's this idea that we have to make the first gesture. We have to show the universe that we are willing to try the unconventional here. All right? And I don't know if this is a relationship. I don't know if this is work or business or family. I know that you're between 2 worlds here. You're between this rock and this hard place. Okay? You're between fire and then really deep water. Okay? Where do we go? Well, maybe the starlight's telling us we go up. Yeah, maybe we have to ascend and rise above this duality to get to this success, to get to whatever future it is that we want. Where are you going, right? That's a good question. The aces, though. The aces are telling me that it's maybe for some of you, you're right at the cusp of success in these kind of 2 different things. That you've put, it seems like there's been a lot of effort in both kind of areas. And maybe the fire is what you're kind of consciously doing day to day, but the water is something that's more internal. It's something that you've kind of been doing beneath the surface. And it could be your conscious, everyday, waking life. It could be your spiritual life or your dream life, right? These kinds of dualities, and you need to take it how it resonates for you. I'm giving a few examples, but this could be all sorts of things. Okay. But I feel like these are 2 commitments. And it's kind of this thing, how do you fulfill your obligation to two different things? Yeah. Well, I think the star is showing you the way. I think that you have Spirit showing me an eagle. Not a bald eagle, but like a hawk or an eagle. I think there is a connection there for you. I don't know if that is a totem animal, spirit animal, or a symbol for you, or maybe you had a pet or something like that. But that is an important symbol for you. Look for those kinds of synchronicities in your life as well in the next few days to a couple weeks, right? Look for that eagle or hawk imagery. Look for those symbols in the weird places, places that you kind of wouldn't expect them to be. And those might be part of your prompts. Yeah. I think also a lot of you are recently getting into astrology, looking for some sort of a confirmation in your chart that which way to go, looking for something there that will give you a clue, that will help you. And maybe a lot of you, maybe this is your first few tarot readings that you've watched, right? Maybe you're not a regular here. Because I feel like this fire and water tension is really significant, and we start looking for unconventional ways to get through it, right? We start looking for signs and symbols and omens. We start trying our hand at tarot, at Jing, at geomancy, at pendulum, tea leaf readings. My wife does tea leaf readings. She is over at Ula tea leaf readings. So go check out a tea leaf reading, right? She does really, really marvelous work over there. But I feel like the name of the game is looking for those solutions in unconventional places. Yeah. Because convention, logic, tells us the house is coming down and you need to pick fire or water. Let's say, and not to be too morbid or extreme, but let's say the house is on fire, your only option is to sink into this ocean, right? Well, that's kind of not any better, right? We need to go up, I think is the thing here. Let's go to the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Okay. The Six of Swords, to me, that is finding the solution. The Six of Swords, to me, is the science of the unconventional. It is the magic that we feel with the star card that now we're starting to kind of live in harmony with. We maybe don't know how it works, tarot, astrology, geomancy, the I Ching, but we are consulting it, that we are open to. We don't know how synchronicity works, but we're there. We're going to be, we're going to do what we can with it and try to be in harmony with that. Okay. The Six of Swords is also the reconciliation, I think, of the heart and the mind. Okay. Of our thinking and our feeling. And I think that when we have this kind of internal harmony, it really helps us with the external harmony. When we know that what we think and what we feel, while those two parts of ourselves may not always agree with each other, they're us, right? They are an aspect of us. And we need to find a way to make that alliance. Yeah. We need to know how we feel. We need to know what we believe. And that helps us to go boldly into the future. It helps us to trust the star card, right? Trust that starlight, and to take that leap of faith, to take that kind of, that jump into the unconventional solutions of problems right now, okay? This is a lot of harmony of mind there. I also feel that there is a Spirit showing me a rosary kind of thing. I don't know if it's something that you hold on to pray, or if it's something that you recently have acquired. I don't feel like it's really been around a long time. I feel like it's one of those things that we buy and we just kind of look at and we think, how does it work? Where are the instructions here? What am I supposed to do with it? And I think that it's similar to if we were to buy a piece of jade. And we think, okay, this is gonna give me luck and prosperity. right? I don't know how it works, but I'm going to hold on to it really, really tightly and keep it in my pocket. It might be a jade rosary or a jade crucifix or something, because I feel like it's very ornate. I don't feel like it's something you wear. I feel like it's something you have maybe around your wrist that you're holding. And I think it represents that kind of faith in something that we don't quite understand, but we need that right now, you know? And it's never too late to approach these kinds of divine forces. You know, we may think, well, you know, I haven't had a relationship with the divine before, but now I'm in this big problem. Now I'm going to start praying. That's okay, right? Better late than never. So we can come to these more unconventional solutions to our problems at any time in our lives. We don't have to feel guilty that we never thought about tarot or geomancy until now. We don't have to feel guilty that we never cast an I Ching hexagram until now, as a matter of fact. Let's do that now. Yeah. I've got these 64 I Ching cards, which these hexagrams encapsulate the wisdom of the ancient Chinese sages and their connection to Source. And this is not the conventional way of casting a hexagram for the I Ching, but we're doing the unconventional here. So this is going to be one random I Ching card to offer us some sort of guidance, right? Some sort of guidance. Let's see. That's the one, Earth. I know where this one's going. Earth. This one is talking about us following our star, following this starlight. And though we don't understand it, we have to be guided, right? This is number 2, Earth. Okay, number 2, the Earth. It says, from the source, creating success, the constancy of a mare bears fruit. A noble one has a direction to go. At first confusion, later gains a master. Peaceful constancy brings good fortune. The peaceful constancy is this, harmony, 6 of Swords. At first, confusion, right? We've got that 4. We don't want things to change, but it's crumbling around us. Something we've got them. We can't stay where we're at, right? The peaceful constancy is the 6 of Swords. Gains a master, the universe, right? Spirit. Partners with creative force in the flow of creation. See, that's what we're always talking about here, is how do we get in harmony? How do we become partners with with change, right? Well, it's not by resisting the flow of creation, but by being partnered, by living in harmony with it, right? When you have a mare's constancy, you will be steadily loyal to the truth and action. The noble one has a direction in mind, but not the route planned out. At first, there are many possibilities. But once you begin, guidance and signs can be received to light your way. How are you being guided? How can you lend your strength? Well, this is exactly what we were talking about with the star card. It is very uncanny how the I Ching is always on the nose. It really, truly is. It amazes me every time. I don't know how it works, but I love it. Okay. So this is those signs, the guidance that light our way. Okay. Now we're going to move to the path of the serpent. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Okay. I know I said that already, but we kind of went backwards, right? So the 7 of Wands, we're struggling. It's in the position of the environment. We are kind of resisting that change. We feel as if, yes, we have this guidance, but I don't understand it. Sometimes we get out of phase. We're in this harmony. We're in this, what did they call it? We're in this peaceful constancy, but it's not always peaceful constancy. Anytime we're in harmony, the struggle is to maintain that. We start separating again. No, we got to bring it back. Things start separating. We got to bring it back. That's the 7 of Wands. Okay. And the 7 of Wands is our efforts. It is an impossible task to stay as partners with creative force in the flow of creation, right? It's impossible to stay in harmony. That is the highest attainment. The best we can do is to bring ourselves back when we start getting kind of off course. When we start getting out of harmony, bring it back. And I think this feels at sometimes like the odds are stacked against us. Like this universe, is this spirit, this star is showing me the way. Why can't it make it easy? Why has it got to be a struggle? Right? I don't have the answer to that. But I do see that living in harmony with the universe, it is a struggle. It's a struggle not only with, kind of bringing our mind back to the harmony with our guidance, right? But also bringing the harmony back to our heart. Here's the Eight of Cups, glass half full, glass half empty. Right? This is that loss of hope. And I think that as we get further away from the 6, from that harmony, we get the 7, we get the 8. We feel like we're getting further and further out of harmony. At first, it's just this out of harmony that says, I can bring it back. But then we start kind of drifting a little bit further, and now we're just like, I think I'm lost again. This is why I think it's very important for us to maintain this connection with this star. The star is the only major arcana card that we have here. Okay. This is the important thing. This is where it's at. Let's look at the mystery card, though. And let's see if this offers us maybe some more harmony. Maybe we get another 6. Yeah, maybe a 6 of Cups to bring this one back. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Otherwise, we have that. We started with the 10 of Swords, right? Things are just as bad as they could get. Things are just crashing down around me. What if they get rebuilt? What if this is, what if it's a 10 of Cups, right? Instead of a 10 of Swords, we get 10 of Cups. That would solve our Cups problem over here, and that would solve this 10 that we've got over here. So that's my prediction. Let's see what we have. 10 of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful. This, I think, is the, in some ways, the motivation for us to stay in harmony with the universe, right? To keep following our guiding star here. Because it's leading us to more than we ever dreamed of. This is picture perfect happiness. This is a life that literally we only dream of. This is more than we would ever expect. Yeah. This is the picture perfect life. This is the dream come true. This is the absolute happiness. Right? More than we could ever ask for. I think we have to trust that this is where the universe wants us to be, and this is where the universe is taking us, even if we don't always understand why or how, even if we don't always harmonize or resonate with the universe, and even if we sometimes feel that this is not true, we still have this kind of certainty and conviction that this is where the universe wants us. We don't always feel it, we don't always think it, we don't always live as partners with that flow of creation. But deep down we know this is where we're going. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. Now, we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link that should be in the corner here, or it's down in the video description. New readings for Scorpio every Wednesday and Saturday. This is a bonus reading just for you. Okay? I'm here every day. Come on back. See me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's free. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Let me know how you're doing. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.